In the heart of an enchanting land, beyond the rolling meadows and under a sky speckled with infinite stars, there lay a forest like no other, the Forest of Hope. It wasn't just a collection of towering trees and sparkling rivers. Oh no, this forest hummed with life, its every corner brimming with a rare and wondrous magic. Here, animals and flora thrived not just because of sunlight or rain, but because of something much more profound: kindness. And among the many dwellers of this forest was one who shone the brightest, a rare and majestic unicorn named Yoni. Yoni was not beloved simply because he was a unicorn. No, it was his heart that set him apart. His moonlit horn and eyes shimmering with endless warmth were merely reflections of his soul. Yoni believed with all his being that kindness could transform the world, and he lived by these words: kindness is like light. The more you give, the more it will light the way for you and others. One sunny morning, the forest buzzed with excitement. Tuna, the ever-optimistic turtle, was about to marry her true love, and the animals were busy preparing for the grand wedding. But calamity struck when Tuna's wooden carriage got trapped in a sticky pit of mud on the way to the ceremony. She pushed and pulled to no avail, her joy dimming with every failed attempt. One by one, animals passed, sympathetic but unwilling to ruin their spotless fur or interrupt their own busy schedules. But then came Yoni, his silvery mane glinting in the sunlight as he approached the despondent bride. "You can't be late for the happiest day of your life," he said, his smile as warm as the morning sun. With the soft glow of his magical horn, he lifted the carriage from the mud, as effortlessly as one might pluck a leaf from a stream. Realizing the toll the ordeal had taken on her spirits, Yoni didn't stop there. With a voice as soothing as a lullaby, he sang light-hearted songs as they made their journey together. By the time they arrived, Tuna's worries had melted away like morning dew, her radiant smile restored. "I'll never forget your kindness," she promised, tears sparkling in her eyes. Another time, as thunder growled and rain lashed down upon the Forest of Hope, Falfel the rabbit found himself in a perilous situation. A jagged branch, torn loose by the winds, had pinned his fragile paw to the ground. His cries for help were swallowed by the storm's fury, and despair began to seep into his heart. But just then, through the blinding rain, Yoni emerged like a beacon of hope. With remarkable strength, Yoni lifted the heavy branch and gently freed Falfel's injured paw. Then, carrying the trembling rabbit on his back, Yoni guided them to the warmth and safety of his cave. There, a fire flickered and danced, casting comforting shadows that chased away the storm's terror. Yoni stayed by Falfel's side, singing songs of bravery, until dawn crept over the horizon. With new hope swelling in his heart, Falfel whispered, "Yoni, you are the star of goodness in our dark night." One scorching summer day, Zizo the lizard was found lying weak and famished near the riverbank. Days of illness had left him too frail to gather food for himself. When news of Zizo's plight reached Yoni, he wasted no time. He roamed the forest, gathering the ripest fruits he could find, and brought together a feast fit for a king. But Yoni didn't stop there. Knowing Zizo's spirit needed nourishment as much as his body, he shared lively tales of adventures, filling the pause between delicious bites with laughter and wonder. The gratitude in Zizo's eyes was unmistakable. "Oh, Yoni," he croaked, "your kindness has nourished my heart before it did my stomach." One misty morning, the cheerful chirping of Nono the bird was replaced by a sorrowful cry. Poor Nono had fallen from his lofty nest, snapping one of his delicate wings in the process. As he lay grounded, glancing longingly at the sky he loved, Yoni found him. "Don't despair, Nono," Yoni said gently. "You were meant to soar, and soar you shall." Gathering herbs known for their healing properties, Yoni fashioned a meticulous bandage, wrapping Nono's wing with the utmost care. For days, Yoni stayed by his side, offering encouragement and company until the moment arrived at last. Nono spread his wings and took to the sky once again. Spiraling joyfully through the air, he sang, "Thank you, Yoni. Your heart is my second wing." And so the stories of Yoni's kindness spread throughout the Forest of Hope. But something even more remarkable began to unfold. Inspired by the unicorn's example, the other animals started imitating his generosity. Falfel, once a trembling rabbit in need of help, now lent a hand to a hungry field mouse, sharing his carrots with glee. Tuna, the once stranded bride, used her strength to carry an ailing old owl to the forest clinic. Zizo prepared a stash of emergency food to ensure no creature went hungry. Nono flew tirelessly between forest friends, delivering happy tidings and offering a wing to those in need. One fine afternoon, under the great oak tree that stood proudly in the forest's heart, the animals gathered together. They called out to Yoni, who arrived with his usual modest smile. "Unforgettable unicorn," they said, their voices filled with gratitude. "You are the one who taught us what it means to live with love. Because of you, the Forest of Hope has become a forest of kind hearts." Yoni's cheeks flushed pink as he spoke softly. "The kindness you now carry within your hearts is your own. I may have sparked the light, but you are the ones who keep it burning. Remember, kindness isn't magic, it's a choice we make every day." And so it was that the Forest of Hope became a sanctuary, not just of life and beauty, but of compassion and love. Every animal, from the nimblest squirrel to the mightiest bear, carried Yoni's message in their hearts. Helping others brings true joy. Kindness doesn't demand strength, only a loving heart. Together, we can make the darkest days brighter. A good role model inspires countless others to follow. Every animal, from the nimblest squirrel to the mightiest bear, carried Yoni's message in their hearts. Helping others brings true joy. Kindness doesn't demand strength, only a loving heart. Together, we can make the darkest days brighter. A good role model inspires countless others to follow. To this day, the forest whispers these truths on the wind, carrying Yoni's lesson to those who choose to listen. Kindness is like light. The more you give, the more it will light the way for you and others.